This week's Parsha is Parshas Teruma. And as a joke, it makes sense in English because after Mishputim, we have Parshas Teruma. But this week's Parsha is Parshas Teruma. And over here, we're talking right in the beginning of the Parsha about building the Mishkan. And how do we go about it? So Hashem tells Moshe, the Yikchu Daber El Yisrael, talk to Klal Yisrael, the Yikchu Li, they should take for me, Teruma, my eyes kal ish, asher yidvenu liboy, tikchi es terimosi. So the Yikchu Li, they should take for me. Rasha asks, what does that mean? You should give to me, the Yitnu Li lishmi, you should give it for my name. Okay, and then it's still the Yikchu. Okay. The next thing is there's 15 components. We're going to build a Mishkan with, it's like a masterpiece of art with 15 components. One of these components is called Oiros Techushim, a Tachash. What's a Tachash? Chazal tell us that in the times of Moshe Rabbeinu there was a min chaya, and it was a beri b'fnai atzmo v'oiked nachas. It was a min chaya that had one horn on his head, and the center of his head, and it was only for that period of time that we had this tachash. And with this tachash, they made the Mishkan, and we don't have that tachash anymore. So it was only meant for the Mishkan and for Hashem, that we should use their hides, that were beautiful, gorgeous hides, there were a lot of colors, and then we don't have it since then. And that's called a tachash. Some people say that was the unicorn. That's where the word unicorn comes, because unicorn is one horn on the head. That's called a tachash, which is very interesting, and we're going to revisit this in a moment. One more thing I want to mention is, it says, "V'usi le'migdash v'shachanti b'soichem," we should make a migdash, which is the Mishkan. V'shachanti b'soichem, Hashem will rest inside of the Migdash. Rasha asks, and it's already a medrash before Rasha, it should say, V'usi li Migdash v'shachanti b'soichoi. So Rasha says, li l'shmi, for it should be a Bais Kedusha also for Hashem's name, which doesn't really answer the question. So we have this thing when we give. Sometimes we're nice people, we're very kind people, and we try to be nice, and we want to give to people, but we feel like we have to. We do it because we have to give. And sometimes we don't get the validation that we need, that we want, or we're doing it from a pain point. We're not doing it from doing it from pressure, from what are people going to think? What am I going to think of myself if I don't do it? And that's not really a present. It's called giving, but you're not giving a present. Why? How do I know that? Rasha says on the word Yidveni Liboy, so we're giving Teruma, my eyes call ish from every person, Asher Yidveni Liboy, that's going to give his heart. Rasha says, what's Yidveni Liboy? Vihilushin Rutzoin Toiv, goodwill. Good, it's coming from a good place. Rutzon Toiv means good intentions. And Rasha says in the French word, Rasha brings down many times French words. This French word that Rasha brings down is present belaz. So Rasha is giving us a monumental thing. It's a very interesting thing to think about. The word present has two meanings. Present could mean a gift. Present could mean living in the moment, being present, actually being conscientious in the moment. So to give a gift is not just to give something that will wow them, that will get a reaction out of them. That's borderline gaslighting. Giving a gift is being in the moment, understanding what is the best thing for this person. Not just how to wow that person and get a reaction, surprise, wow, over the top. Giving a gift is understanding what is the thing the person needs now the most, being present in the moment and attuning to that person, and that's a gift. So, my eyes call ish, Asher Yidveni Liboy. We're not building a Mishkan with pressure points. We're not building a Mishkan by, I have to, Hashem is building this Mishkan, so now I'm just going to have to pledge so much because I have to. That's not a Mishkan. A Mishkan is, you build a Mishkan, you build it from a place of wholeness, a place of presence, conscientiousness. What do I want in the best sense of the word? Right? V'yikhuli, we said, Rashi says, li l'shmi. We already discussed it once. What's Hashem's name? The Gemara says, the acronym of Unoichi is Ano, Nafshi, Ksuvas Yehovas. If you want to understand what Hashem is, read the name. Hashem puts in the understanding of what He stands for in His name. What's Hashem's nefesh? What's the understanding of Hashem's essence? As much as we can understand it, is in His name. How do you spell His name? Havaya. There's Hoyu, Hoyu v'yeh. Hashem was, Hashem is, and Hashem will be. Havaya is present tense. Hoyu, Hoyve. Havaya is Hoyve. Right? So that's Hashem's name. Present tense. V'yikhuli, you should take Teruma for me, for my name. It should be it should be in the present moment. It should be with good intentions. It shouldn't be just a gift to wow, to be flamboyant, to even not flamboyant, just for ourselves, for our own best interests, so we don't think bad of ourselves, the voices in our head, so we could live with ourselves. That's not the way we give for the Mishkan. Now, V'usi l'migdash, we're going to V'usi l'migdash v'shechanti b'soicham, says the Kliyuka, that the Mishkan was a beautiful masterpiece, right? It had the tachash, the unicorn, the gorgeous colors, and all the other 14, combined with the other 14 components. It was a magnificent masterpiece of art. Not just holy, it was also beautiful, but even the holy part. The Kliyuka says that if someone just comes and looks at the picture that was made from gold and silver, that's not the point. Just to look at the Mishkan without internalizing it is v'usi li-migdash. You made a migdash. It's not v'shachamti b'soicham. The goal of this Mishkan is that a person should internalize it. Ki ikir shechinusoi, the most important part of Hashem's resting, Shomo Ba'aver Yisro, is because of Klal Yisro. Loi Ba'aver Tzir, not because of this gorgeous picture that was made from gold and silver. Ki hi einoi, it's nothing. Ki imhu emsi lahamshech be'emtzu isoy kavoid Hashem al toich ba'isoi. The whole Mishkan is nothing, it's null, it's void, if for not that it's resting within Klal Yisro, internally. That is the Mishkan. The Mishkan is to understand us. What's us? Being in the present moment. Understanding that we are the Mishkan, right? We are the 15 components. We are the unicorn. In the tech world, there's a word called unicorn, a business that has a value of $1 billion. A tech business that gets a value of $1 billion is called a unicorn. Every one of us is a unicorn. Once we understand, we value our channels, we value what Hashem wants. Hashem wants to rest within us. Like the Medrash says, Hashem should be able to rest within us. That takes a tremendous amount of presence. Being able to live in the present moment, to be able to give to others from a whole place, and that is the ultimate giving to ourselves. When we give with expectations, that is not really giving. It's giving to be able to receive. If you want it to be the yitnuli, you give with pressure. But if you want it to be the yikhuli, that Hashem should be able to take it, the yikhuli li lishmi, it has to come from the present moment. It has to come from wholeness. And that is how we build a Mishkan. That is how we internalize the Mishkan. We understand our value. We are once in a cycle, in a world cycle, once in the universe type of tachash. There was never before, and it will never be after. It's only right here in the moment that there's going to be a person like me, and there's going to be a person like you. There will never be another one. That's a tachash. And we need that tachash. We need that unicorn, that $1 billion valuation, to internalize the beauty of this magnificent art, not just to look at the art, but to internalize the art and understand our value. And that is the Mishkan.